This is September 2011, and this is a story from Randy Rook.
Randy Rook. I've been all around the world.
Randy Rook is an old hippie who lives in an old camper down by the lake, and he is famous for his interesting stories. One in particular is a story about a blow pop.
Charles blow pop. It's a little sucker. You know, it's kind of round. It's got the bubble gum in the middle of it, and it cost about 50 cents. And I was in this place called Cummins Prison, and it was like on a Sunday, and I'd be all by myself walking down this hallway in prison with a Charles blow pop in my pocket, hair down to my waist because you didn't have to cut your hair back then. You know, nobody liked me. Everybody hated me. Everybody around me carried weapons. Except me, I carried no weapon. I weighed 98 pounds. I had hair down to my ass. I'm in Cummins Prison. I'm walking down the hall. I'm coming up on the day room. It's just 98,000 crazy sumbitches with weapons, with shaved heads, and me with all my hair in a Charles blow pop. And here I come. And I'm in Cummins Prison. And I'm walking down the hall. And I get to the day room, and I look off in the day room, and what do I see? I'm kind of, you know, messed up in the head back then. I'm looking off in there, and there's 98 folks of other persuasion sitting there doing their thing on Sunday, and there's 97 of them in there that probably been there 10, 15, 20 years, you know. No telling how long they've been there, and nobody has ever sent them anything, ever, from the outside. No money, no shirt, no picture, no letter, no nothing, you know, and I know this. And here I am, this little devilish bastard with all this hair that don't weigh 100 pounds that they already hate. And I got this Charles blow pop. And I go, hey, look out here. And they look at me. And with a big old smile on my face, I take that Charles blow pop and I slide it in there. And I wait. And they look at me, and they look at each other, and they look at that Charles blow pop, and they look at each other, and they look at me. And they look at that Charles blow pop, and the next thing I know, the riot patrol's on, and the sirens are going off, and people are killing each other, and blood's everywhere over a sucker. One Charles blow pop. Prison riot. Little bitty crazy guy.
In 1995, during the height of the grunge hippie movement, Mr. Rook found himself homeless, but met up with some people that needed a driver for their large van full of people. So he drove them to Oregon, to the Oregon County Fair. He found 100,000 hippies camped out for the weekend. There was food from all over the world.
I hung out with the Afghanistans because they had shish kebab and the gypsy caravan. And at the gypsy caravan, when everybody would be run off at night, they had these belly dancers come out that had these tents that these dudes slept next to on the ground. The women slept in the tents, the guys slept on the ground. Here they come. They come out there. They set up their little place. There's the main stage right over here. They're playing all this music. Thousands and thousands of people at this place. We're tripping on mushrooms and doing some really, really good weed, and we are just totally toasted. And I'm hanging out with this guy named Ivan. And Ivan introduced me to this dude named Old Ken. And Old Ken tells me to hang out. So we hang out, and we're sitting there watching these women walk up here by the herds to all this belly dancing equipment and stripping down totally naked by the dozens. We're sitting in these chairs drinking and smoking and yeehaw, yeehaw. Yeah. They turn around, how y'all like that? They start doing belly dancing for us and shit. We love it. We love it. We just love this. So I hung out with this old Ken dude for a long time. About 24 hours. I walked all around this place with him. He made me go to this place. There was all these people out here telling these stories. He said, here, hang out at this place right here for a little while. And I'll be right back. He left me there about 40 minutes. I hung out, you know. He come back. We left. We walked around. This old Ken, this old dude named Old Ken is what I referred to him as. And he said, well, what'd you think? I said, what do you mean? What'd you think about all them stories? I said, you really want to know what I got out of it? He said, yeah. I said, what I got out of it, man, was I either heard that story from somebody else, it was passed down to it, Or they read it out of a book. He said, that's right, man. You got it. That's all that is in there. He said, the difference between you and them is when you tell a story, man, it's real. You didn't read out of a book. Nobody passed it down to you. Nobody told you nothing. You did this thing. And he wound up being Ken Kesey, and he's the guy that wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.